This video accompanies part 8 of the Digital DJ Tips Learn to DJ email course. It's a 50-part course and you can sign up for free at digitaldjtips.com/join. So part 8 is all about home DJ speakers. Now when you've got a home DJ kit, you're setting yourself up to DJ at home. Of course you're going to need something to listen to your music through. What you don't want to do is even attempt to just use your laptop or your built-in speakers on your computer, because they're not going to be good enough. What you really need is enough volume for you to kind of get into the groove and to start enjoying the music, because you can't DJ properly unless you're enjoying it. So that's the first thing. You do need a bit of volume, and you need enough clarity to be able to properly hear the music, which makes mixing a lot easier. Notice I'm saying enough volume and enough clarity. You don't need speakers that absolutely pump it out so loud that you can hear it, 3 blocks away. And you don't need speakers that are really, really high quality. By really high quality, I mean the kind of speakers that are advertised as studio monitors and that tend to cost quite a lot of money, like several $100s. And these speakers are really intended for people who are making music as well. When you're making music, you really do need to hear every kind of tiny nuance and every kind of tiny change, and you need to be sure that what you're hearing is completely what's called transparent and flat, and what you're hearing is 100% true, because otherwise you haven't got any clue about what the music you're making is actually going to sound like out there in the real world. So speakers that are made for people who make music tend to have finer audio characteristics than kind of normal mortal speakers. But that doesn't matter for DJing. For DJing, we're not really so concerned with hearing it 100% how we're meant to hear it. 95% is perfect. So it's not worth spending the extra for studio monitors unless you think you're going to start producing your own music within the lifetime of those speakers, in which case go for it. But otherwise, you've got far more choices and you don't need to spend so much money. So we're looking for speakers that are loud enough and that sound good enough. What kind of speakers are going to fit the bill? Well, to start with, look around, look at what you've already got. If you've got hi-fi speakers or you've got a home cinema system, it's going to be fine. Just get the right lead and you can plug into that. If not, then computer speakers will be alright. If you've got computer speakers which have got a bass bin that kind of tucks under your cabinet, and these 2 little speakers, that's going to be fine, kind of gaming style speakers. Speakers that are kind of made for computers but that aren't in 3 parts, they've only got 2 parts, such as these ones here. These are the ones that we use in the Digital DJ Tips office. These are actually M Audio audiophile AV40s. These are fine. The bass isn't going to be massively loud on these, but it's perfectly loud enough for practicing, especially if you've got a small apartment or flat and you really can't push it very loud. Another set of speakers, and the only reason I'm showing you these is that we reviewed them very recently, are these, which are by a company called Reloop, and these are called the ADM5s. These are quite cheap, and they're big speakers. They go loud. They're not particularly high quality sound from those, but you get what you pay for, and they'll do the job. There's other speakers like that around as well. One thing to consider is whether you buy speakers that are passive or active. Passive means that you need an amplifier as well. So what you'll do is plug from your DJ controller into an amplifier and then off into your speakers. Whereas active speakers, these M Audios are active, these are active, they have an amplifier already built into one of the 2 speakers. So the way they work is you plug the master speaker into the wall socket for the power, and then you plug the second speaker into the master speaker, and you plug your DJ console also into the master speaker, and that's it. So they're easy to set up. Okay, the final piece of advice with speakers is don't ever use the speakers that you've bought for practicing at home with for playing at parties. It's just not worth it. You will explode them. You will blow them up. I've exploded many a set of speakers because you just, everyone piles back to your house and you set up with the speakers you've already got. And what happens is volume goes higher and higher and higher. Then, when the volume on the speakers is as high as possible, you look to your DJ software, and you start turning everything up on there. Before you know it, you're sending far too much distorted signal into those speakers, and you end up blowing them up. So, unless you want your speakers to live a very short life, don't use them for partying. And what I recommend seriously for partying is 2 things really. One, buy a really cheap PA system. Look in the second-hand ads. Look on Craigslist. Find a cheap PA system that doesn't sound very good, but that goes loud. that you can just reel out for parties, because believe me, you're not going to care about the audio quality. What you're going to care about really is the fact that it still works at the end of it, such is the nature of home parties. Or just rent a PA system. Just go and rent one if you're going to have a party. But whatever you do, don't plug your speakers in because it'll just end up costing you. Okay, so hope you've got some good advice there about speakers. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye.